This is my Google Slides, and I'm actually logged into my work account right now because that's where I created my teacher planner inserts for this upcoming year. And I'm going to show you what I did with that. And then I'll show you how I set up kind of a page size and slides. So hopefully that'll help. Um, so this is just my Google Slides. You need a Google login, like a Google email address to be able to log into Google Slides, I believe. My personal and work email are both associated with Google, so I haven't tried to use it without it in so long. It's typically used for like presentations, so it's kind of like PowerPoint would be, so you could use PowerPoint in the same way. But I use Google Slides regularly, so I was pretty familiar with this program, which is why I chose to use it. I like Google Slides over like a Word because I can drag and drop pieces and parts around the page a lot easier. So if I decide I want to add something in or take something out, it's a little easier. So I named my file Weekly Custom Planner Pages, and I decided that I wanted to make my own inserts for my Happy Planner this year because being a secondary teacher, their teacher planner inserts weren't meeting the needs that I had for my students and my planning purposes and kind of how my brain works. So I ended up going in and starting with July, and I made myself a sheet to keep in the front that has the outlook of the month that it is, the past month, and the future month, a place to record my goals and my to-dos for the month, and my students' birthdays, and I noted any events and holidays. I made monthly calendar layouts that were similar to the design that was already in Happy Planner. Okay, and then I decided that for my needs, I wanted a layout that looked like this. So I have lined boxes, 3 sets of them on one side. And so there's the month set up with the 3 boxes. And then I wanted, opposite that side, I wanted a to-do sheet where I just have dot grid paper and then any special thing that is due on a particular day. And the reason I chose this layout, and again, this is with my teacher mind and in thought, was I teach 2 different preps. So I have a space for my 2 different preps, and I have a space for pre-scheduled meetings like student individual education plan meetings or IEP meetings, 504 meetings, faculty meetings, staff meetings. I'll note those in that first box. So these will be where all my meetings are. And then I have a space for my grade 8 science class to prep for, and that's 4 sections of it, but they're usually around the same time, and this is more of I use it to track topics and when I'm giving assessments. And then same thing, topics for my focus class, which is at the end of the day, which is more like a study hall, and so we do study hall skills and stuff with them, so I can track what topics we're going to be working on in that space. So that is what I ended up designing for myself. Now, how I designed it, because when you open up Google Slides, you end up getting a page that looks like this, which doesn't look like what I just showed you. To design this, what I ended up doing was deleting basically everything that comes on the main slide, okay, and starting off with a blank sheet. And then I use a big size teacher planner, so I wanted my pages to be the size of a big size teacher planner, so I changed my page setup to a custom size. And the big teacher planner holds 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, so I changed it to 8.5 by 11. I'm sure you can do the same thing with the classic size pages if that's what you're looking to do. And there's probably tricks as to doing like for the mini and stuff too. I don't have those sizes. I have a classic size, but I didn't print my own for that. I just used the dashboard layout for that one. And then once I have my sheet set up blank, I am free to add in text boxes. So if I wanted to add like a header, I could do that. So like it's still June, so if I wanted to add in the month, I could add it in. I can make the font as big or as small as I want. You get a list of fonts, but you can click on more fonts to go find more decorative fonts if you want, if none of them meet your needs. You can add in the way I did like the calendar pages. These pages I added in tables, so you can insert tables and make them different sizes. I imagine you could do a vertical layout this way pretty easily too if you added in, I think the vertical layout has 3 sections, so if I wanted a vertical layout for the week, could add in those 3 blocks, and there's a really easy vertical layout. If you want to add it in, if you wanted to add in the days at the top, you could add in text boxes to add in the days at the top. These lines are going to show up really light, like a light gray. If you wanted to darken them in, you can change the line colors and weights to fit your needs. You could do it in all color if you wanted. I knew I was going to be printing on a black and white printer, so mine's in black and white, and I figured I would add color in different ways. But that's kind of why and how I use slides. And then I just printed on a heavier stock paper. And I haven't put it inside my Happy Planner yet because I'm going to use my cover from last year. So I haven't had a chance to take out and preserve my insides from last year yet. But that is how I use slides to create my Happy Planner inserts in the very quick and dirty version. If anybody has any questions or wants me to add any more information, I am happy to do so. I just need you to ask. Thanks.